So much games are released every year, some huge and massive games, some shorter games, some excellent games, some not that good, and we end up not playing some really good games simply cause we didn't have time or money to buy in that time. But sometimes you wanna play something really good but don't know what to play, so this is the kind of video that I help you. Let's remember 10 insane games that most of the people forgot about and many didn't play, but they deserve your attention. Click in the like button, subscribe, and you can put more games that you think that didn't get the attention deserved in the comments. Well, let's go.
I swore to uphold the tenets of the Creed. To never compromise the Assassin Brotherhood. To stay my blade from the flesh of the innocent. I was a damned fool.
Assassin's Creed Rogue is a game set exactly in the same style of Assassin's Creed 4. The reason that many people didn't play this game is simple. It was released 1 year after Assassin's Creed 4, but in the same year, the true new Assassin's Creed was the Unity. That's good nowadays, but back then it was really buggy, and Assassin's Creed Rogue was originally released on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. That wasn't the current generation in that year anymore, so many people thought that it was a simple DLC of Assassin's Creed 4, or that it wasn't worth to play, but it is. The structure is the same of the Black Flag. You're a sort of pirate, you sail around the open map doing many quests and side quests, and really good ones. The main difference here is that you're not an assassin, but a Templar, and it works really well in this game, with good characters, insane missions, an immersive open world, and excellent soundtracks. The game is available in all current platforms, and if you like the classic Assassin's Creed style and didn't play it, do it, you won't regret.
Do you swear to uphold the principles of our order, and all that for which we stand, and to do so from now until death, whatever the cost?
I do.
You are now a Templar.
I had such hopes for you, Shay.
Well, this shouldn't take too long. My name is Ryse, and I'm the new intern.
Psychonauts 2 is a complex and intelligent 3D platformer game. It's not a simple platformer game, but one with an excellent story, filled with informations and important dialogues, and the comedy is really present in the game, and in my opinion works really well. It's obviously a sequel of the first Psychonauts, but it was released a long time after the first game, so in a matter of mechanical quality, it's way better. The studio that developed it was Double Fine Productions, a Xbox game studio, and it was released in 2021 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Mac, and PC. Combining quirky missions and mysterious conspiracies, Psychonauts 2 is a platform adventure game with cinematic style and tons of customizable psychic powers. So if you like unique platformer games, this one is a game that you shall enjoy.
Today is my first day on the job.
Get ready, Rasputin.
I'm not supposed to check out equipment to interns.
You did what? Can't we just...
No. Quit picking on the new kid. We were all new once, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes on the target. And I've got eyes on me.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is a Metroidvania in the universe of the classic and iconic Prince of Persia. The game was developed by Ubisoft and released in 2024, and it's available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, Windows, and Mac. Dash into a stylish and thrilling action-adventure platformer set in a mythological Persian world where the boundaries of time and space are yours to manipulate. The game is a true Metroidvania experience, with a good gameplay and combat, nice puzzles, exploration, and insane boss fights. The big problem of the game is how it was released. We know that Ubisoft are not as good as it used to be, and the players know that, and a lot of people just don't buy Ubisoft games anymore. Some wait for the game to be released, and if they like they may buy, but in this case, the game was launched really expensive, and as you can see, it's not a AAA game, but a smaller production, so today, if you didn't play it yet, it's really worth.
Our kingdom is cursed. The prince has been kidnapped and taken to a forbidden land. All hope rests with us, the immortals, to rescue him and save the empire. But we weren't prepared for what was coming next.
The number one killer is time. It destroys us all. When Paul came back, he took away the only person who could stop the end of time. My brother, Will. Thing is, when time broke and changed Paul, it changed me too.
Quantum Break is an excellent sci-fi action game, developed by the master Sam Lake from Remedy Entertainment. The game was released in 2016, but the sad part is that it's just available on Xbox One and Windows, but obviously you can play on Xbox Series X and S too. The masters of cinematic action games comes Quantum Break, a time-amplified suspenseful blockbuster. The Quantum Break experience is part game, part live action show, where decisions in one dramatically affect the other. It's set in an immersive universe, just as Alan Wake and Control. Some people even think it's connected in the same universe, but it's not. There are just some references in each one of them. The gameplay is like a third-person shooter, but the universe, story, and storytelling is the great thing here, with insane cutscenes, unbelievable moments, like Remedy is used to do, and an absolute immersion.
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is the first game of a series now. The second game is also good, but not as the first game in my opinion, so let's focus in Hellblade 1 here. The game was developed by Ninja Theory, the studio of Heavenly Sword, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, and DMC Devil May Cry, all great games, and here the style is a bit different of these other games, a warrior's brutal journey into myth and madness. Set in the Viking Age, a broken Celtic warrior embarks on a haunting vision quest into Viking hell to fight for the soul of her dead lover. The audio system of this game is absolutely immersive and unique. The storytelling is insane, with great moments of gameplay and scenes. The combat is kinda simple, but still very fun, and there are great boss fights too. What makes it even greater for me, and the puzzles will be in everywhere, and they're really interesting. The game was released in 2017, and it's available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC, and it's really worth to play.
But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away.
Bulletstorm is a good and unique first-person shooter, with cool mechanics, and a fast and frantic gameplay. The game was developed by the studio People Can Fly and released in 2011, but in 2017 the game got a new version that is enhanced to play nowadays. It's available on PlayStation 3 and 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC, and there's a VR mode too that you can play on MetaQuest 2 and 3 and PlayStation VR 2. Step into the boots of Grayson Hunt after a crash landing on an old resort planet forces him to make a hard choice, survival or revenge. Execute masterful kills with Bulletstorm's unique combat system that rewards you for performing the most creative and deadly kills imaginable. So if you like good fast-paced story first-person shooter games and didn't know this one, dude, believe me, it's really good, and the good part is that it's always in a good price, so check it out when you can. Mirror's Edge is an insane first-person game about parkour, one of the best games in this style to this day. It was developed by the studio DICE, from EA Games, the same studio of Battlefield series, and it was released in 2008 to PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Windows, and it's now available on iOS and Windows Phone too, but unfortunately there's no version to the new consoles. In a city where information is heavily monitored, couriers called runners transport sensitive data. In this seemingly utopian paradise, a crime has been committed, and you are being hunted. You are a runner called Faith, and this innovative first-person action-adventure is your story. The gameplay is fast and fun, with many different parkour movements, such as jumps, wall running, climbing, and much more. The game has a sequel, but it's not as good as the first game, so play the first one, that's really fun and unique. Nine Souls is one of the best indie games of 2024, an absolute masterpiece of Metroidvania games. It was developed by the studio Red Candle Games and released to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Mac, and Windows. The game is highly inspired in the classic Metroidvania games, and the combat is really inspired in Sekiro, especially the parry. That's one of the most important features of the game. A lore-rich, hand-drawn 2D action platformer featuring Sekiro-inspired deflection-focused combat. Embark on a journey of Eastern fantasy, explore the land once home to an ancient alien race, and follow a vengeful hero's quest to slay the Nine Souls, formidable rulers of this forsaken realm. As all Metroidvania games, the player will start with just a few possibilities, and as you explore in advance you'll get more and more features, allowing you to go to places you couldn't before. The boss fights are insane, with beautiful graphics, insane effects, and a difficulty worthy of a Sekiro-inspired game. But in case you don't want to have any difficulties in the game, you can play it in the easy mode, but I think it's better in the normal mode, so you'll have the true experience of this insane adventure.
Attention, lads! The brave man tastes death once. Cowards, 1,000 times over. And we have already spilled barbarian blood. And we know
Ryse Son of Rome is a very fun hack-and-slash game released in the start of Xbox One generation. The game was developed by the studio Crytek and released in 2014 to Xbox and later on PC, and unfortunately we don't have a sequel or a remaster of this game. It tells the story of Marius Titus, a young Roman soldier who witnesses the murder of his family at the hands of barbarian bandits, then travels with the Roman army to Britannia to seek revenge. One of the best things of the game are the graphics, with impressive details to this day. The combat is really fun, with a brutal style, so if you like violent games, this one you won't be disappointed in this aspect. The gameplay is mainly about combat, but the story is fun too, with good characters, and through the game we'll explore different places since the streets of Rome to dark and haunted forests, fighting against different types of enemies. The game is really short, about 6 hours, so if you're searching for a fun and short game to play, this one is perfect for you.
Before this whole thing started, I just floated through life. I know this is gonna sound crazy, but my life didn't start until the world came to an end.
I want to be something more fun.
All right, nerds, this ends now.
I sense some epic missions in my future.
To battle!
Sunset Overdrive is an action open-world game with a lot of charisma. The studio that developed the game is Insomniac Games. Yeah, the same studio of Spider-Man games of PlayStation. But the interesting part is that this game is exclusive of Xbox One and PC, and it was released in 2014, of course before of Sony buying the studio. Sunset Overdrive transforms an open-world apocalypse into your tactical playground. Zip, grind and wall run across Sunset City with an unconventional arsenal. Hyper-agility, unique weapons, and customizable abilities deliver an explosive and irreverent adventure in the end times. The world is colored and beautiful, and despite it's in a catastrophe, the game is really charismatic and funny even, with quirky characters, cosplayers, and much more. The best thing by far of the game is the gameplay that's fast, stylish, and really immersive, with many possibilities, grinding everywhere, even in the wires of the streets, jumping in many different places, and shooting with a lot of weapons, so believe me, you won't regret playing this game if you want to have fun.
We'll take Visco down, or we won't, but we'll get some wicked respawn animations.
That's the video. How much of these you didn't play? Let me know. And did you know all of these games? Or some you didn't even know about? Also thumbs up the video to support the channel and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and so long.